What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rise News. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where this is everything you need to know about the 2022 Audi Q4 e-tron and the Audi Q4 e-tron Sportback. Now, Audi has taken off the wraps of these two new additions to the e-tron family. And with these compact electric SUV offerings, Audi hopes to expand their lineup with the aim of offering more EVs in the US market than any other luxury manufacturer. Now, the Q4 e-tron represents the smallest Audi EV as yet. Unlike the larger e-tron SUV, which is based on the ICE-centered MLB Evo architecture, the Q4 e-tron is built upon Volkswagen's new MEB platform. The MEB platform also underpins the ID.4 and is dedicated to EVs. Now, both the regular Q4 e-tron and Sportback will be offered in the US in a single battery motor configuration, but with two different performance variants. The 77 kilowatt battery is standard, while the other markets such as Europe will see the smaller and cheaper 52 kilowatt version, and prices in the US will start under $45,000 before incentives. Now, the Q4 e-tron looks fairly different from the existing Audi lineup. With the new design language, it shows that the distinctive EV concept is new for Audi's SUV, and it's hard not to think that the car's lines have gone a little rounded, with flat face, high waistline, and a low rake windshield, lending it the shape of a more traditional crossover than an out-and-out SUV. Now, in contrast, the Q4 Sportback e-tron has a rather unique identity. It's still not quite being the best proportioned. It retains the Tonka toy-esque wheel arches and flat front of the Q4 e-tron, but grabs a more subtle coupe roofline on the top, not only making it distinct, but giving the Sportback 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles more range. Now, it's just not the overall silhouette that's noticeable for the Q4 e-tron though. During the media briefing, everyone was introduced to Audi's new Matrix LED headlights, which include a feature touted as a world first, customizable daytime running lights. What this essentially means is that you can select from 4 different DRL configurations on the fly, with each illuminating specific LED elements on the headlight to create separate patterns. It's pretty gimmicky, but it's the kind of customization you'd expect to get from Audi and for the future. Now, although currently the smallest EV on offer with the 4 rings, particular care has been paid to the interior dimensions, with more room achieved thanks to the MEB dedicated EV architecture. Now, dimension-wise, the Q4 e-tron is 4,588 millimeters, 180 inches long, 1,865 millimeters, 73 inches wide, and 1,632 millimeters, 64 inches tall. Now, it sports a wheelbase of 2.76 meters, 9 feet, and can tow up to 1.32 tons, 1.2 metric tons. Now, it's about 90 millimeters, 3.5 inches shorter than a Q5, but maximizes internal space, and that's in part thanks to the batteries being placed under the floor. Storage compartments are set to total 25 liters, while the luggage compartment on the Q4 e-tron has a volume of 520 liters. Now, one element that was highlighted was the Q4 e-tron's ability to store large water bottles in each of its 4 door pockets. The Q4 e-tron is said to be able to store bottles up to 1.5 liters in those door bins. Now, the slightly more exciting news is that the Q4 e-tron incorporates augmented reality tech into its head-up display. The system was demonstrated displaying visual turn-by-turn guides, and the navigation arrows are meant to display exactly where the turns should be made, and the view has been designed to be equivalent to seeing the AR info on a 70-inch screen 10 meters ahead of the driver. The Q4 e-tron also has the largest central screen included in an Audi, an 11.6-inch MMI screen angled towards the driver, although this feature will only be available at the end of the year. It'll come standard with a 10.1-inch screen if you opt not to option the larger one, and both happily feature standalone controls for the HVAC functions. Also present is either a 10.25 instrument display or Audi's virtual cockpit. And Audi has partnered with a relative newcomer to the home audio game, Sonos. Sonos was founded in early 2000 and famed for its quality speakers and integrated sound solutions, and it's a first for the Californian-based company, which is understood to be expanding its portfolio to include auto audio. Now, Sonos sound system will be built as an optional premium sound package for the Q4 e-tron, and it forms a part of what Audi calls its Sound Cube, a fully integrated software environment that forms an audio system architecture that can be easily adapted to all requirements and can integrate sound systems of different suppliers effortlessly. Basically, it means that you have the ability to add your own enhancements to the sound system, possibly solving the issue of those looking for plug-and-play aftermarket sound capability. Now, the US will get the Q4 E-Tron and Q4 E-Tron Sportback in 2 flavors, namely the Q4 E-Tron and the 50 E-Tron Quattro. Both utilize the same 77 kilowatt battery, and the 40 E-Tron has one electric motor driving the rear wheels for an output of 150 kilowatts, 200 horsepower, and 310 newton meters, 228 pound-feet of torque. Its 0 to 62 or 0 to 100 kilometers is in 8.5 seconds. Now, the 50 E-Tron Quattro features 2 electric motors driving all 4 wheels, and the higher performance variant features an output of 220 kilowatts, 295 horsepower, and 460 newton meters, 339 pound-feet of torque. Now, the 50 E-Tron Quattro uses the added power to get from 0 to 62 or 0 to 100 kilometers in 6.2 seconds. And juice for Audi's new 2 electric SUV models can be charged with different outputs using alternate current AC, and direct current DC up to 11 kilowatts with AC and up to 125 kilowatts with DC on a high-speed charger. The latter is good for 130 miles, 208 kilometers in just 10 minutes. And Audi's preliminary estimated range is based on an approximation of EPA test cycles for a full charge is approximately 250 miles on the Q4 e-tron, while the EPA estimates is not yet available at this time. Now, Audi says they focus a lot on recuperating energy from braking, as in quite a few EVs now, paddles behind the wheel enable for you to select a degree of regen, while the German automaker claims that up to 90% of all brake processes can be recouped. Now, other markets such as Europe will be offered an entry-level model with a smaller battery known as the 35 E-Tron Quattro, and it has a much smaller 52 kilowatt battery, while the motor output is also limited to 125 kilowatts, 168 horsepower. Now, the Audi Q4 e-tron is expected to land in the US toward the end of 2021, and pricing starts at $45,000 without destination charges and other charges and taxes. Now, Audi says that the Q4 e-tron may qualify for up to $7,500 in federal tax incentives, as well as a possible local and state incentive, but comprehensive pricing will be revealed at a later date. Meanwhile, over in Europe, the Q4 e-tron will go on sale as early as June, with the Sportback models being offered in the summer. In Germany, the prices start at 41,900 euros for the Q35 e-tron. The Sportback will be around 2,000 euro more. But with that said, what do you guys think about the new Audi Q4 e-tron and e-tron Sportback? Let me know down in the comments below, which one are you taking? And with that said, if you guys enjoyed the video today, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Giving it a thumbs up will help get it up in the rankings. More people can see it, and we can have a bigger discussion on the 2022 Audi Q4 e-tron and Q4 e-tron Sportback electric EVs. Now, with that said, if you guys want to help further support the channel, always check the links down below where I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, just in case you guys want to donate a couple extra dollars to the channel, help support your boy. You can also check out the Patreon, be a monthly subscriber, or check out the Ron's Rise merch where you can get t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, everything Ron's Rise. Now, you can also check me out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. See everything I'm posting, car memes, pictures, and videos that doesn't always make it here to the channel. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, but click that notification bell so you don't miss one news video. With that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rise news video. Peace.